Yeah.
I remember there's a friend of mine, anaitwa Irene. She was coming to do the set, and then now she's expectant. And then she was there. Imagine, juu ya viti anaweka balloons, and I'm like, Aki Mungu, what if something happens to her and her baby? What will I start telling the father or the parents? You feel like you do not want to continue. There are times you feel like it's too much work. There are times you feel like you're not good enough.
Okay.
But you just have to accept that. I mean, the most important thing is knowing if that is what you want to do. Nani aliniambia? Kuna mtu alisema niko na maringo. Mimi how? Why? How even? As in how? Why am I even ringaing? Yeah, too. Because that's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay.
Kaniambia you're on Pulse. Doing what? Podcast influencer. Ay. Kamwambia I don't understand what you're saying, but wacha niamke takupigia.
Hey guys, welcome to Abah TV. My name is Abijah Kabiro. Na leo tuko na guest wetu hapa. She's a very talented podcaster. Atakuwa na share journey yake vile alianza up to now mahali amefika. Na niko sure her story will inspire most of us. Kuna mtu najua you're there, you want to start something but unashangaa utaanza aje. So I'm very sure atatu inspire sana. Karibu sana.
Thank you so much.
Please introduce yourself.
My name is Cardine Ambundo. I am a podcaster at Through My Lenses podcast, host and owner. Yes, niliitwa CEO jana ama ni leo. Yes. I'm still a student at JKUAT. I take actuarial science. Those are some of the few hats I wear.
Okay. How did you start your podcast?
First of all, my podcast inaitwa Through My Lenses podcast.
Okay.
It started as an avenue for me to pass time. Of course, because of COVID, we were very free.
Okay.
And I also wanted to share. Ideally, I felt like I have a lot of people at my disposal, a lot of good things happening around me that I would love to share with anyone who's interested.
Yeah.
So I decided to just share different stories from my interests, that's the Through My Lenses, and then to you, and now incorporate different other people so that isikwe biased, because my opinion might not be the correct one all the time.
True.
So I try to get different people to create diversity. Started in October at home, recording using my phone.
Okay.
It's been great. It's been crazy. Kuna times you feel like you do not want to continue. There are times you feel like it's too much work. There are times you feel like you're not good enough.
Okay.
But you just have to accept that. I mean, the most important thing is knowing if that is what you want to do, and then just running with it, and the universe does the thing.
Okay. So it is not like something you've wanted since maybe ulifika mahali ukasema I want to start something yenye maybe inaweza saidia watu wa get kushare opinions zao.
I think I've been wanting to get into the media space because I love it. I love being there. But I didn't know what exactly I wanted to put my hands on. So nikatoy around the idea. Of course, I thought about YouTube. Once I thought about Instagram, creating content for Instagram, and then I felt, apana, it's not, I don't enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
I tried a YouTube video, I didn't feel it. So then as I was discovering myself, I realized I love talking, and I love just being alone in a space with a microphone and just talking. And it gives me joy. I don't struggle doing it.
Yeah.
So I decided to start an audio podcast. And I think I have been wanting to do it. So like I said, you just need to know what you want and do it as if like usikwe forced. The moment you start feeling forced, it's not for you sometimes, and you just don't have to struggle with it.
So is there a point yenye itafika some of your podcasts juu ziko in audio form ifike you start shooting alafu maybe ufungua YouTube channel?
Well, that's a debate I have with myself, I won't lie. Because like I said, initially I tried the video and I felt it was not working for me. So when I started the audio, I feel comfortable. But then as we continue, you realize the market is changing. There are so many dynamics involved. People will start asking for, they have started asking for video content. But I'm not sure. I don't want to say no. But I feel like I will maybe try it out. If I feel comfortable in it, I'll continue. But if I don't feel comfortable, I'll stick to my plan and just continue with how I wanted it to be.
Okay. So what inspires you?
What inspires me?
Yeah.
The fact that I feel like I'm not the best version of myself yet. And every other day when you meet people out there, and to be honest, among my friends, I was the first person to come up with this podcast thing. And most people didn't know about podcasting until I started around my circle. So every time you meet people, they're like, hey, Madam Podcaster. And they think to them, you have it all together. It's beautiful. But to me, I have not yet made it as beautiful as I want it to be. So that itself just makes me want to do more about it.
Do you meet na watu huko nje maybe alafu wanakusimamisha, maybe mtu amekuona Instagram, mtu anakusimamisha? Do you meet with such kind of people?
Yes. Especially kwanza after I recently had an anniversary party. So after that, I've been meeting a lot of people who came for the show and never now knew me then. So unapatana na mtu, I came for your show, it was nice. It's humbling. It feels really nice. The fact that when you start, you're always getting 2 views kidogo and very few plays, and mostly it's people around you, and you always want to push it out there to people who don't know you. So when you start finally getting people who know you, it is humbling and rewarding.
So how was your party yenye umesema ulihold the first anniversary?
First anniversary party. Oh my goodness. How do I put this? For one, biggest lesson learned was you have everything at your disposal. You do not have to outsource at you feel like you can't do it because hauna nini. Everything is around you. They say, I mean, man is not an island. So whoever is surrounding you, just take advantage of that and create magic. For me, it was God's favor, honestly. Because when I started the idea, I'm a JKUAT student. So I was with Jeremy of Stada. Stada is a club in JKUAT. So we met at the student center. Just another day, you know, the way you can meet your friend and you're just making stories. And then he tells me, I've been thinking about Stada meetings and I want to do something different. In the process now, I start sharing with him. I've also been wanting to have a live listening party. That's how it started, as a listening party. And then we thought, if I come to you guys and play for you an audio, it's boring. Imagine, see kama music, unajua unaona na perform. This is a whole podcast, 40 minutes. I play for you, kazi yako ni kusikiza, kunipatia feedback. It's honestly kind of boring. So we thought, why not record it live? And I'm there asking Jeremy, who has ever done it? No one. I can't think of anyone who's done a live podcast recording. So in that very moment, I was like, cool. Let's set a date. Akaniambia, how much time do you need? Nikamwambia, the little time the better, because I'll push myself to work harder. He had something going on 7th, so we said 14th October. That's it. Went home, sat down, took my notebook, and I'm like, okay, live recording. What do people need to record live? A microphone. And of course I thought about a camera, because I was thinking now maybe visual, now audio. Sawa. Do I have a microphone? No. Do I have a camera? Also no. So it's about outsourcing. What else do I need for this thing to work? I need sound. And I need something interesting to bring people there and to make them stay. I can't just call them for 40 minutes. So I'm like, Stada is the perfect place because they have weekly meetings. We can have the performances, pia the students, usually they do that. I called a friend of mine, nikamwambia, I'm coming for your lapel mics. I'll be using them on 14th. That's like 2 weeks to the event. Not even, yeah, kituka 10 days to.
Yeah.
Kaniambia, when do you want them? 14th October. Sawa basi, you'll tell me a day or two in advance, utakujia. So in my book, I'm like, microphone, check. Haya. Size hata sijui nina host nani. And then I started now thinking, of course I consult a little bit. I have my team, told them, and like I said, God's favor. These people were just brought to me by God, and they share in my dreams and all of that. Now tukaanza ku brainstorm. So naturally, for people who know me, I do not like mediocre. If I decide to plan something, I'll just go big. I'd rather fail at my going big, but not have it small. So tukasema, since it's a talent club or something of the sort, and tutakuwa na performances, why not have people from the creative space that I look up to come and just talk to us. So that's how I settled on Ethan and now Brandon from Lafrik. And again, God doing the thing. I talked to them and they were so easy. You know this thing of send me your link, I listen to your work, then I'll get back to you. Did that. And then they were so receptive. Kusema sawa. So niko na artists wawili. Lapel mic yangu ni ya microphone mbili. So we are 3. I'm thinking, so what happens? Will I die? What will I do? Call the guy who edits my podcasts, akaniambia, don't worry, we'll work with what we have. And that was just it. Tuka agree on that. And then now expenses are coming up with like facilitating the artists. Hizo vitu tu, cake and everything. Did a whole proper budget. And then I decided now to put the tickets. Nikatengeneza poster. Again,
so you're the one who made the posters, Ama?
A friend of mine. I contracted someone to make the posters. And then I started, like I shared it. I remember that day, I had the poster from Sunday, asubuhi. Nimekaa nayo najiambia, am I, like, is this going to work? You know, you self-doubt a lot. Then nikasema, you know what? If it doesn't work, at least I tried. So I shared the poster, shared kwa broadcast na my friends, and then I let it sit. Kaka, because I shared the poster on Sunday, the event ilikuwa Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, so I'm working in school, guys are like, hey, nimeona uko na event. Akiwa hiyo, please mkuje. Tuesday, check the account. Watu wangapi wamelipa? Only 4. Event ni ya Thursday. You need the money for planning. Nikajua tu hapa, it's a flop, but imagine whatever. Wednesday, the same thing. So kitu napata ni, if I talk to you, you tell me you're coming. But then, nikiangalia haujalipa ticket. I'm like, sasa unataka kulipa saa ngapi? Na, you know, I need to know if you guys are coming. And then now, my team, wakaniambia, no, you don't worry. Hata kama watakuja, at least we'll be like 20. What is 20? I have a whole venue of over 100 to fill. What? And then on that day of the event, we just went there, started setting up, and by 5 guys were already flocking at the door. Most people paid at the door, and I don't know, we had over 130 people. It was so rewarding. It was really nice. I'm still digesting that. I got the audio today. I'm supposed to upload it, and when you listen and now relive the moment, I don't know. I'm still grateful to God and to everyone. Even you guys showed up. I'm so happy. Thank you, man.
You're welcome. So, hiyo asubuhi when you woke up, ulikuwa una feel aje?
I was tensed, confused, anxious, but still happy. I called my mom, nikamwambia, event ni leo. Akaniambia, ati kwani imesha kwa event? When I was telling her about their podcast. Nafikiria, you know, 20 people come sit together, nimwambia I'm buying cakes na balloons. Ati kwani imekuwa event? Mwambia mama, mimi I just decided to go big. Niambia sawa. I wish you well. You have my blessings. So that made me cool down, because I'm like, if my mom can support this, hata hajui what's going on, but yako sawa. Sawa basi. And then I called Ethan, now the artist. Akamwambia, I hope you guys are still coming. Akaniambia, why are you worried? We just told you we are coming to support you. So you calm down. Sawa. Nikakaa kwa nyumba. I was supposed actually nilishinda tu kwa nyumba the entire morning. Afternoon I left the house at 3 to now go and set up. Kafika my people for setting up are not there. I'm trying to make calls on an the earliest they can get there is 5. Sasa hapo ndio panic ikaingia. Stress. Nikaanza ku feel discouraged. Like now I'm in this alone.
Yeah.
I remember there's a friend of mine anaitwa Irene. She was coming to do the set and then now she's expectant. And then she was there. Imagine juu ya viti anaeka balloons and I'm like aki Mungu. What if something happens to her and her baby? What will I start telling the father or the parents? But after the whole of it, I have learned my lessons.
Yeah.
I know what not to do and what to do better. I know you cannot just expect. That's another thing.
Yeah.
The fact that you feel like things are working because you have favor among men does not mean that you should entirely depend on them.
Yeah.
If you can have like a small circle that you know I can come through for this person whatever happens and they can come through for me.
Yeah.
That's what you need. Because Irene, in her pregnancy,
Yeah.
she's not even from Juja. She came through for me greatly, as in I can't even. And some other friends of mine, mostly who are not even from JKUAT. And the people I was relying on, I felt like me let down.
Like they didn't show up?
Eventually they did.
Okay.
But after we've done a lot of the work, and you can imagine for an event that was supposed to start at 4, someone telling you they're coming there at 5 is already an hour late.
Yeah.
And your artists are already on the way. And it's so disappointing for the artists kufika na haujaanza show and you're supposed to.
Plus it's your first time.
And the worst part ni kulikuwa na curfew ya 10.
Yeah.
So that means the venue closes at 9. So niko na limited time and I have to record a podcast.
Yeah.
People have to perform. Kulikuwa na a whole schedule of things.
Yeah.
Eventually watu walienda kukua rushed. I remember had to perform one song.
Yeah.
But now I know better. If you want to start at 4, tell people to come at 3 or 2.
Yeah.
Ndo wafike hiyo 3, you set up by 4. You'd rather not have the people but start and then they stream in ukiwa umeanza than them getting there and you've not started.
True. So what's the one thing yenye una feel watu misunderstand about you?
That I have a lot of friends and I have money. Well, the money part I say amen and thank you.
Okay.
But I feel like I have a lot of friends. Well, what I'd say is I am such a social person and for some reason I am good with people.
Okay.
So we might meet today and we will talk vizuri, you'd think we're the best of friends. But deep down, I know my tribe.
Yeah.
So, hiyo. And what else? Kuna, nani aliniambia? Kuna mtu alisema, niko na maringo. Mimi, how? Why? How even? As in, how? Why am I even ringaing? Hiyo tu.
Ni nini ungetaka kuambia your younger self about you?
Just believe in yourself. You're so dope, you have no idea. As in, why are you even crying? Imagine you're going to create magic in the next few years. Everyone will be surprised at what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you won't even be so old. You'll just be like a small girl moving mad. So imagine step up and stop staying in that comfort zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like ulikuwa unataka kuanza hii podcast way back but ulikuwa una feel I don't think I'm enough?
I think okay, now I'm going to sound like those people who believe in astrology, but I'm not against it.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes the universe gives you the signs. When I was in high school, please don't banter me. When I was in high school, people used to call me Radio Nyangweso. Nyangweso is my other name.
Okay.
So imagine from high school, people give me that tag. I tried around with the whole idea for 5 years now. I mean, that was, I feel like it is something that was being planted in my mind.
Yeah.
Pole pole. And when they would say that, I never, at first nilikuwa nasikia vibaya, but baadaye nilikuwa like, actually, you know, I'd want to have that.
Yeah. Mbona alikuwa anakuita hivyo?
Because I always had the latest news in school. Trending, what's on trending? Cardine knows something. Okay. Whether good or when you amend a suspension, who is going next? What is the next case kwa boardroom? Nani yako hapa? I knew all of that. And who is who where? I knew all of that. So yeah, I was the radio of the class. Then, but I wasn't. Am I a noisemaker? No. I'm just a good person who knows all the good and the bad people.
Okay.
So in case of the good things, you get them. In case of the bad things, you're always in trouble.
Okay. So what's the one thing yenye ilikuwa ukianza hii podcast yako, you didn't see it as a challenge, but time ulianza ikaanza kukuwa ni challenge?
Consistency.
Okay.
Consistency and tuseme audio quality. Because of course to date I'm still using my phone.
Okay.
But then as you continue, you find, you listen to other people and you're like, hey, I need to step my game. If you need to grow, you need to invest in yourself. And then consistency in the sense that, can you believe I took a break from
I think July? Yeah.
June to sometime last month. Hii mwezi hata ikianza. And because of school. And not entirely because of school. I've been telling people I took a break because of, I take actuarial science, because of actuarial science. But ideally, when I sit back alone, I noticed it's not because of school. I just wanted to reinvent, or I was getting boring to myself.
Okay.
And you start trying to figure out what content exactly you want to put out and how you want it to get out there. As you continue, you learn your audience better. And kuna questions that up to now, my biggest worry is, am I doing this for myself or for my audience?
Okay.
The one episode you want to do for, like the one episode I feel like was my very best is the one episode my audience didn't vibe with.
Which is?
The one I did on unit trust funds.
Okay.
To me, I was so much in my element. I love talking about finances. I love it when, you know, we create financial independence at a young age.
Yeah.
So I did that episode. I was so excited about it. But if I check my numbers, it didn't do as well as the one I did with Kalala on menstrual. Yeah. So you see, watu wanataka vibes za King Kalala, za unajua, let's talk about these things people love doing. But me, I come off as very serious, very uptight, kuna jokes, but kuna kwanga na jokes ukisikiza episodes. So nilisikia vibaya. Let me just be honest. Nilisikia vibaya, iliniuma. Kaka nikasema, you know what, let me. Oh, and then another mistake I did, kuna time ni April, I recorded a lot of content, nikakaa nayo. So kazi ilikuwa, ikifika siku ya kupost, na post. Ikifika siku nyingine, najua niko na content. So venye ilikuwa nakaribia kuisha, nikarealize, bro, tangu April, sija record. How do I go back to recording? It is never in my schedule these days. So ikakuwa, nikaacha tu. So as you have noticed, also the main reason is not because of school.
Okay. Now that you've said, kuna episode moja ulifanya na uka feel like audience yako like hawakuipenda sana. What are you doing ndio usikuwe na such episodes zenye maybe your audience hawa relate nayo?
So number one, my interests, like I said, that's a question I'm asking myself, Bado.
Okay.
And I feel like my answer is lying more towards what I want. I'm doing this for myself. If I start doing things entirely for the audience, I'll lose myself, I'll lose my originality and authenticity. So I'll do my best to make sure my content remains as authentic as possible.
Okay.
And I'm sure my tribe will find me. That's what I tell myself.
True.
Your people will always be your people. If someone is going to listen to that episode, atasikiza tu. Hata mimi sijui ni aje nilijipata nikisikiza Adele or Amani Maranga. You just bump into them, and if it's for you, it's for you. Just make sure, I tell myself, just make sure if you decide to do something, go in it kabisa. Take all your heart and your investment inside there. It will pay off. Maybe utasikiza, but unajua beshte yako anataka. Utamtumia, atasikiza na itambamba.
Oh, nice. So kuna hii episode nilisikia ukifanya kuhusu, I think inaitwa Dynamic of Friendships.
Well,
ni effect gani una feel like the friends wenye uko nao wako nayo kwa hiyo podcast yako?
Number one, like I said, especially my event, it was just full of hizo ma connects too. So my creative director on the podcast is a friend I met 4 years back.
Okay.
And we've been in constant communication. Hata kama hayuko, we've not met for a year, hiyo sahi, but we still talk. They still help me with, I'll have an idea but I'll not have it to perfection. So you need these people to brainstorm.
Yeah.
So number one, I have a creative director out of my friends. I have a corporate guy. Blair was there at the event.
Okay.
I mean, you know, this person you talk to and you're like, wow, okay, I want your brain.
Yeah.
So there's Blair. Also, Mabel was on that episode.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want that person who, ukishatoka kwa hawa serious people, you just want someone who you can break it down to and they'll listen to you and hata kama atakupea solution, okay, which she does, she gives me solutions, but just that person to listen and show you that it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah.
Yes, so my friends have, and then Victor, who edits the podcast. We are just friends. I knew him, I think, from school politics. And then when I think tulikuwa tumepatana tu nikamwambia, hey, by the way, I need to record sijui what. He's the first person who challenged me to do an episode solo.
Yeah.
Tukafanya na akarecord, and from that day henceforth huwa ana edit. I just call him, nimeshare audio, ana edit, anarudisha. So yeah, my friends have been of great impact to the podcast. Okay. And also sharing this content na kuchachisha huko online. Watu wanafikiria, oh, you have a following. So it's just your 5 friends who are doing the most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, you receive any negative feedback from people?
Active negative feedback? Not really. But you know, numbers is feedback. Like you can see the trends.
Yeah.
Hapa. And then pia kuna episode nilifanya when I was coming back to, when I was resuming season 2.
Okay.
Kwa na audio quality mbaya. Tulirecord na mic. You see another thing. Mimi nikaamua acha niachane na hii simu yangu yenye imekuwa ikinipea service. Record na mic and then I didn't set it right. Okay. So nikapata the worst audio quality. And yeah, people were kind enough to tell me.
Okay. How does it feel kufika umemaliza season 1, sasa unaingia season 2?
Pressure. Because every time unataka kufikiria what makes this season different. Yeah. And sometimes that hakuna anything different. Kama sahi kwenye nimefika, I'm almost finishing season 2. I'm thinking, how do I make season 3 different? And I cannot see what it is I have not done that I need. But yeah, nitapata tu. So
okay. So ukipanga season 1, season 2, what's the difference between season 1? Season 1 ina entail nini? Is it that iko na a certain topic ina revolve around topic fulani, na season 2 the same thing?
That's a very good question. And I take it as a challenge to me. Because season 1 ilikuwa a lot random. Ilikuwa tukipatana, tumechill. Sisi tu record podcast. Tunasikia kuongelea nini? Wazi. Tunaanza kurecord. It was so random. I feel like for season 2, it was a bit more planned. I looked at different topics and I now started looking for guests. Perfect. Like I would take a topic, think about it, how I'd want it to be. Then from how I want it to be, look for guests. So I feel like it's been a lot more planned. Okay. I've taken a lot of time to research about the topics. Yeah, so it's better than season 2. But for season, okay, and then Pia, there's this thing, I'm like, okay, let me try to balance serious things, joking things. But I've never gotten to that point. Like, CJ. So, difference sahi ya season 1 and season 2 ni planning na organization. Okay. For season 3, I don't know yet.
So there's a time umekuwa ni juzi tu umekuwa kwa awards, ilikuwa podcast influencer of the year. Yes. How did you feel? Ulikuwa unajua utakuwa kwa hiyo list?
So mimi, I was just a tiny girl in my house. Any other day, it was just a normal day in my life. And then I wake up And actually I got a call from my friend. Yo, congratulations. What are we congratulating me on? Juu, as far as I'm concerned, sija graduate because that's what I'm looking forward to.
Okay.
Kaniambia, you're on Pulse. Doing what? Podcast influencer. Ay. Kamwambia, I don't understand what you're saying, but wacha niamke, nitakupigia. Nikapata sasa ameni text, screenshot, amenitumia. And I'm like, wow. Okay. First of all, this is not my podcast. Juu alikuwa ameandika through my lens. And kamwambia, this is not my podcast. I feel like there's someone else. So let's not make a huge deal out of it.
Okay.
You can get Instagram. Guys are already tagging me on their stories. So I don't want to repost because I'm not sure. And then I sent the Pulse guys an email. And they said, yeah, it was my podcast. And they got it wrongly hapo. Waka change. Then wakaniambia, start looking for votes, sis. So upon they can hit, bruh, you just got nominated. Top 10. Yeah. It's a national award. And the people on that list. Red Caps. Patricia. Ben Psycho. Good Bad Busherian. Nikajua sasa hapa. Well, let's just try to get votes. Day one, nikatafuta, I just posted on my status and told everyone who listens, I have a broadcast. Okay. Kambia, you vote for my podcast, please. And then the support I got was just crazy. Tukashoot from being number sijui what, tukakuwa number 1 for like a whole 24 hours. Wow, felt so nice at the top. And then usisahau na compete na watu kama Ben Psycho akona over 40k followers. Even Patricia has like 40k on LinkedIn only. So akaenda akapost LinkedIn ati, oh, my friend told me I got nominated on this list, please vote for me. Kuingia online akapita na like from uko chini akakuja akanipita na like 1,000 votes. I'm like, wow, okay. You thought this was easy. Guess what, it's not. So I decided to nilisikia vibaya. Nikaamua, you know what, it's your first time. Do it. At some point I admit I gave up. But then niko like, if we win, fine. If we don't win, pia, we give it a good shot. So yeah, we finished top 5, which to me is such a good thing. You know, you're there, even my uncles are there looking for votes. It was so cute. Mtu mjongea na yeye akapo na post, please vote for my niece. My dad was even sending his people, vote for my daughter. Yeah, it felt so nice. I didn't expect it. For the people who nominated me, I'm very grateful to date, man. I can't thank you enough. It gave me a lot of exposure, new fans, new followers. Yeah.
Nini ndo ilikufanya u give up, like kupush?
Numbers. Mimi by day 3, I have exhausted. Unajua ulikuwa na vote only once. Everyone in my clan, anyone I can think of has voted. My friends, I'm there telling them, please post. I was posting every day. Hey, and then there are just people who don't even need to post. They just need to. Because when Ben Psycho alifanya IGTV, and then akashoot na over 2k votes. I'm like, Cardine, achana tu nayo. I really feel discouraged. But now I know I should not be discouraged like that. After the event, I was like, imagine you can do whatever you want, because who has ever done a live recording? Please tell me, I'm waiting.
You're the first person.
I'm waiting. Ngoniambie, until I get that answer, I can win anything. Muzilete sasa.
True. Sasa ni challenges gani umekuwa nazo kwa hii podcast journey yako?
They're not so major. Because it's still new. I also haven't sijafika bado kwenye nataka kwenda. Like I said, all of us are excited about this thing because it's still a new idea to most of us. So challenges mostly, of course, finances, because now I'm financing everything myself. And I'm still a student. So I can't go to tell my mom, okay, maybe I can, but I cannot just tell her, Mom, I need a microphone. You know, I need to save up and then now tell her I need this. So funds mostly. Na just maybe sometimes I'm the problem.
Okay, what plans do you have now that a podcast yako ina grow?
Plans. First of all, I want to go corporate. Another thing, I want to go corporate. I want to make it a whole production. So through my lenses, production is coming. I want to make it a whole production. I want to accommodate. Since personally, me become a Cardine, I know I have accepted. You will never find me talking about some things on my podcast. I don't mind. Like you see what there is this podcast, Brutally Honest by Kim Koima. Totally dope. I listen, but you will never find me creating the same content as Koima. He's so free. I'm so uptight. I'm still corporate. I bend on the corporate side. So I want to accommodate people like that. I want to have a whole production. Like, let's have the same thing you're doing. Let's have interviews. Let's have fun content. Let's have learning content. But now with different people, so that you get to have a different touch of it. Yeah, I want that to grow. I also want to partner with people who have been wanting to. So some partnerships are already in the way. I think I should reveal that soon. Like before maybe November-ish, if all goes well. So that's coming up. But majorly, just want to make it a production and to maximize on my skills. That's it.
So like after the whole 1 year, kuna watu wenye wame reach out to you wanaona, this girl is good.
Yes. There's someone who wanted us to partner on, what is it called? Anafanyanga akona fashion something. But you see, the problem is if I decide to partner with this person, that means I have to do visual content. Because if they want me to wear their suits, my audience has to see I'm wearing their suit. So a lot of people will come along the way. I have partnered with, I have tried to reach out to some. I'm also reaching out and they're reaching out to me. I had a successful partnership with ICA Lion, your unit trust funds. It was a partnership.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So people will come. You will also reach out to people, but try as much as possible to remain authentic. I can't promote I can't promote wigs that I don't wear. But I can promote wax because I use it on my dreads. You get my point? So people come, you also reach out to people. It's been, I've been getting quite a number of those.
So do you feel like education inakuhinda from kuachieve, kuna zile vitu zenye unataka kuachieve kwa podcast yako, but maybe uko na classes, stuff kama hizo, so kuna, do you feel like education inafanya yani usiachieve such things?
I wouldn't say that exactly, but okay, yes and no. Yes, in the sense that sometimes you want to work on this podcast thing full time, like full gear, but kuna classes that need to be attended to, but that can also be an excuse for me not to perform on the podcast. Also, there are things I know right now I wouldn't know if I was not educated, so it's also important. And also some connections or networks I have had, or people even on the podcast that I have had there, simply because I was an actuarial student. So you get access to this kind of people, then now you network and bring them down too. So I can't disregard it, but at times una feeling it. Also pia I don't know if kama ningerudi, if what I'm doing in school is what I want to do in the future.
So unataka kufanya podcast for life ama unataka aje? What's your plan?
I would want to do podcast for life, definitely. But also I would also love to grow my whatever I'm studying. I would want to develop it as well. So I believe I am a polymath, so tunaweza juggle the two.
Sawa. So guys, we've gotten to the end of that episode. Asante sana Cardine kwa kukuja. Unaweza share na sisi mahali we can get you kwa social media na mahali tunaweza pata podcast yako?
So my personal social media handles ni on Instagram @_Cardine, Cardine, Cardine, Twitter _ Cardine. So the hack here is knowing there's an underscore before everything. Alafu, where else? Facebook, Ambundo, Cardine. I don't post much there. The podcast itself is available on every podcast streaming platform, be it Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcast, Castbox. It's everywhere. Just search Through My Lenses Podcast. Hata ukienda Google sai Through My Lenses Podcast, itatokea hapo by Cardine. Follow on Instagram, there's an underscore at underscore Through My Lenses Podcast. Follow, listen to the episodes, give us feedback. We appreciate a lot of feedback. Send your audio note. We can also have you at the end of one of our episodes. That's how we grow, that's how we learn. I guess that's just where to find us.
Okay. Thank you so much guys for watching. Na msisahau kwenda you listen to her podcast. Na pia you follow her. And then don't forget to subscribe to my channel and Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Utatupata na Abah TvKenya. See you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.